Welcome to the YouTube channel Pcmb Tutorials. Today we are going to learn class 9th chemistry chapter mole concept, and this is part 1. In this chapter we are going to learn, first of all we'll learn introduction, atoms and molecules, atomic weight, molecular weight, gram atomic weight, gram molecular weight, formula weight and gram formula weight, atomic mass unit, unit of mass at microscopic level, Avogadro number, mole, better understanding of mole, some important formula that can derive from them. These are all the contents of this chapter. Let us start with introduction. In our previous classes and chapters, we have known the details of the constituents of the microscopic world of electrons, protons, neutrons, atoms, molecules, ions, etc. We have also seen the number of electrons, protons, and neutrons present in one atom of different elements. These particles are incredibly very small and light. For instance, the average mass of a carbon atom is about 12 AMU, which approximately corresponds to 2 into 10 raised to minus 23 gram, and therefore it would take approximately 5 into 10 raised to 18 atoms to equal to the smallest mass that can be weighed on the most laboratory balances, 10 raised to minus 4 gram. Thus, when we are dealing with enough of a substance to see, we are dealing with tremendous number of atoms. Now, the number of atoms or number of molecules or number of ions is very important when we are dealing with chemical reactions and etc. There are some questions in front of you from my side. How to find the number of atoms present in the given amount of substance? How to find the number of molecules present in the given amount of substance? How to find the number of ions present in the given amount of substance? How to find the volume occupied by given amount of gas at STP? What is the radius of an atom of an element or molecule of a compound? Likewise, many more such questions. Answering all the above questions is very important in chemistry and for chemists. Practically, they form the foundation for many branches of chemistry and various other fields. Counting the number of atoms is impossible. Weighting the number of atoms or molecules or ions is impractical, and weighting the products formed in a reaction every time is a tedious job. To simplify all the above intricate and challenging tasks, you need to comprehend the following chapter. This is mole concept. This chapter helps you to study the relation between the microscopic and macroscopic worlds. So let us see the difference between atoms and molecules. Atoms, over here molecules. Let us make columns like this. First is history. History. John Dalton in 1766 to 1844. John Dalton was the first chemist to use the name atom. John Dalton. And molecule. It was the Italian chemist Amedeo Amedeo Avogadro. He was from 1776 to 1856 and he introduced the word molecule. The definition of atom. I'll say the definition out. Definition of atom is the smallest particle of an element that takes part in a chemical reaction and may or may not exist independently is called an atom. And definition of molecule is that the smallest particle of an element or a compound that can exist independently is called a molecule. Examples of them are example of atom is pure copper is composed of only one type of atom, that is copper atoms. Calcium is made up of only one type of atom, that is calcium atom. In molecule, the examples are O2. O2 is an oxygen molecule. O3 is an ozone molecule. NH3 is an ammonium molecule. CH4 is a methane molecule, and etc. Constituents. Atoms constituents are made up of many subatomic particles. The most important of them being electrons, protons and neutrons. Electrons, protons and neutrons. And molecule. Molecules are made up of atoms. Atoms in turn are made up of subatomic particles. Atoms and in turn they are made up of subatomic particles. Units of size. Units of size. So atoms is angstrom. That is 1 angstrom is equal to 10 raised to minus 8 centimeter. And this is also angstrom. Now, next is the shape. Atoms are assumed to have spherical shape. And molecules. Different molecules have different shapes. Like there are some examples like shape of H2O molecule is angular. The shape of ammonia molecule is pyramidal, like this. Note that you should not get confused with the terms atom and molecule. An atom is the smallest part of an element which takes part in chemical reaction and do not exist independently. Whereas a molecule is the smallest part of an element or a compound which can exist independently under ordinary conditions. Thus, chlorine gas consists of molecules Cl2 under ordinary conditions, but at very high temperature, these molecules will split up to form chlorine atoms. Now, I guess by now you might have understood the rulers of the microscopic world, that is atoms and molecules. I hope you've understood this part 1. In part 2, we will learn types of molecules, then atomicity, then atomic weight. I hope you have understood this part. Thank you for watching.